Hey, what's going on to my Facebook fam and YouTube viewers? For some reason, YouTube wouldn't allow me to put the title up. It was saying something weird. I've never seen that before, but nevertheless, listen, I wanted to jump on real quick. I was on the phone with my wife very briefly, and I was sharing with her briefly this place that I feel like I'm in. She says to me, stay in prayer because many of the saints are feeling some kind of way. And immediately I got her off the phone and jumped on to encourage as many people as I can. I want to tell you, as you see in the screen, no parking. Keep area clear at all times. Proverbs 12 and 25 says, heaviness in the heart of a man maketh it stoop. Maketh it stoop. But a good word maketh it glad. The agenda of the enemy, the vices of the enemy are not your typical vices. They're not typical weaponry, but they are weapons and vices that are intentionally designed not for the usage on themselves, but in order, or are created in order to wear down the saints of God. It is not a coincidence that you are watching this live. It's not a coincidence that you are experiencing what you are experiencing, the feelings that you are having. It is not a coincidence that everywhere you turn around, it seems as if you are running into a brick wall. It's not a coincidence that you are experiencing financial hardships. You're experiencing things within your marriage. It's not a coincidence. I want to tell you the reason you are experiencing what you are experiencing. And let me say this, I'm not up here to talk about the decisions you've made, the mistakes you've made. I mean, because a lot of, just to up, I mean, a lot of things that we go through, a lot of things that we do experience is from decisions that we make, things that we entertain. But for the most part, keeping the right company. What if it wasn't something you done, but it's because of something that you're doing? I'm gonna ask that again. What if it's not because of something you've done, but what if it's because of something you're doing? And so that leads me to say that it is not a coincidence that these things are happening. These things are happening because the enemy does not want you or I to remain, watch this, active. He does not want you or I to gain any momentum. He does not want you or I to fulfill what we have been called to do. So, in order to prevent you and I from fulfilling the will of God, from being successful, productive throughout the day, not half of the day, but the entire day, a day of full productivity, and not just productivity, but a full day of feeling like you have accomplished what you were supposed to accomplish. He does not want you or I to experience that. So what he does is he affects our hearts. And not only does he affect our hearts, but he affects our minds. I hope this is making sense. And so Proverbs 12:25 says, heaviness in the heart maketh it to stoop. To stoop. You can't move forward. You can't function when you are in a place or a stupor type of position, a stoop position. A stoop position is literally a position that if you look at it, it's like you're crouching down, you're stooping, you're bent over. There's nothing you can get accomplished when you are stooped. All right? Not just physically stooped, but stooped in your heart. The Bible also tells us hope deferred, watch this, maketh the heart sick. Where there is no hope, there is a deference. And this deference, as it relates to the state and the condition of the heart, it causes the heart to become sick. It loses momentum. It loses its will. And this is where the enemy wants you to reside. But I want to tell you today, no parking. You cannot park in this area. You cannot stoop. You can't stop. And it's not a coincidence that S-T-O-O-P, if you take one of the O's out, it says stop. To stoop means to stop. You can't stop, because if you stop, what the enemy is projecting on you, this heaviness, will keep you not only from fulfilling what you're supposed to fulfill, but it will arrest you in your development. You are evolving right now. You are maturing right now. Not only are you evolving or maturing right now, but there is a change that is about to happen in your life. Not for the worse, but for the better. Now, there are some people that are in your life. It will be a bad thing. It's going to be a bad experience for them because they can no longer leech off of your life. They can't continue to vicariously live their lives through you. So yeah, it's gonna be a good thing, a good change and a bad change. A lot of what you're experiencing, as my wife was saying, it don't belong to you. What you're feeling, and it was something within the heading prophetic temperament. Prophetic temperament comes from the articulated, or I should say, express revelation. Prophetic dictionary. Anyway, it's the prophetic dictionary. So it'll come to me. Prophetic temperament is the disposition of the prophet, all right, or of a prophetic person, or collectively a prophetic people. It is what we feel, what we sense, all right. A lot of people in the secular or psychological explanation of feeling things is the term is called empath, where you're feeling other people's pains and things of that nature. But I want to tell you that what you're feeling from pressing forward. What you're feeling when it is misinterpreted can prevent you from continuing to move forward. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? This prophetic temperament is an indication. Now, I'm giving you what's exactly happening. All right? What you're feeling is the sign that what you have been held to has to release you. I'm going to say it again. What you've been held to, what's been holding you, what you're sensing, what you're feeling is released, because you've been restricted and confined for so long. You forgot what release feels like. You forgot what the releasing of pressure feels like. And so you're uncomfortable right now because you haven't felt this in a long time. It feels familiar, but though it feels familiar, it feels weird. It feels funny. But I'm telling you that what you're feeling is the detaching of a thing that has contributed to you not being able to experience what I said earlier, a successful day, successful year. You cannot park here. You got to keep this area clear, because if you reside here, heaviness is what will be your inspiration moving forward. But I'm giving you the word of the Lord, and I'm telling you that you've got to put that car in drive. Well, Apostle, I can't because this is in front of me. Listen to me. If what's in front of you is for you, then it's going to make a way for you. If what's in front of you is for you, then it's going to make a way for you. If it's not for you, run through it. You've got to run through it. You've got to run through it. Put that car in drive. And I'm talking about smash that pedal down as far as you can and get out of that place. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Get up out of that place. You can't keep no parking. No parking. Arise and shine, for thy light has come. The revelation to where you are is being released right now. It's a spirit of heaviness, along with other things. And in order for you to experience the will of God for your life, you're going to have to get up. You're going to have to get up. And so it is my prayer even now that you will begin to experience the confidence necessary and the faith to be okay with this new, or with this feeling of release. Scripture says, for the spirit of heaviness, God will give you a spirit of praise for an exchange. The garment of praise is your portion. Get up from where you are and move forward, says the Spirit of grace. Get up. Keep this area clear. No parking. No parking. No parking. You hear what I'm saying to you? No parking here. You can't not park. The parking meter for this season has expired. It has expired. The parking meter has expired. You don't have any more change to insert into the parking meter. It's time for you to get out of here and move forward.